Okay everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use SSL for free and the Let's Encrypt certificates to encrypt your site using the GoDaddy cPanel. Before you begin, make sure you have your FTP site's login and password handy before you begin this process. So you'll start out by going to the SSLforFree website. Type in your name of your website. I recommend using both the www and non-www names in that box. Once you've filled out the box, click on the Create Free SSL Certificate button. At this point, you'll click on the Automatic FTP Verification, fill out your user and password that I mentioned you need earlier, and click on the Download Free SSL Certificate button. At this point, it's going to generate your certificates. Scroll to the bottom, hit Download, save the file in your Downloads folder, and that will save that zip file. From there, you'll want to copy those files out of the zip and put them maybe in your Downloads or somewhere easily accessible. You'll be needing these to upload them later. Looking at these files, the CA bundle file is the main file from Let's Encrypt. The certificate.crt and private.key are specific to your website. Now you're going to want to go to your GoDaddy cPanel, scroll down until you find the security section, and look for the SLS/TLS section. The first thing we're going to want to do is upload the cabundle.crt file. This is the file that lets all of the people know that you are using a Let's Encrypt certificate bundle. Click on the third option, the option labeled Certificates CRT. Scroll down until you see the Browse button. Click on there. Click on the CA bundle file we unpacked from the zip earlier and give it a name like Let's Encrypt, and then click on the Upload Certificate. Once you've completed, hit the Go Back and you should see it listed there. This file does not need to be updated very often, so once you've done this, you probably only have to do this every few years. In this next section, we're going to be uploading your main certificate and also your private key. These are the two files that you're going to be replacing the most often. They expire currently every 3 months. We'll basically be repeating the same process as earlier by clicking on the Browse button, finding your certificate.crt file that you unpacked from that zip. Give it a name such as the date you're uploading it so it'll avoid confusion when you have to update your certificates later, and then click on the Update Certificate. Once you go back, you should be able to see that certificate now listed with the new name you gave it. Next, we need to upload your private key. So if you scroll to the bottom and click on to Return to SSL Manager, and then click on that first option for private key. Just like before, we'll want to scroll down to the Browse button. Click on the private file that we unpacked from that zip earlier. Give it another name, such as that date again, like we did on the other file, and then click Upload. Next, we're going to go through the install process to tell your web server to start using this new certificate. So scroll back down to the bottom to the Return to SSL Manager. Then click on the Manage Sites at the bottom. You should have the Install Certificate option there for your site. Once you click on that, you should be able to then choose your domain and have it autofill all in the information from those files that we uploaded earlier. After uploading, you should also see the expiration date there as well. Hopefully that will be about 3 months into the future. Next, you're going to want to test your new certificate. So if you go to your browser, make sure you type in HTTPS and go to your website. You should then be able to click on the padlock. I'm using Firefox here, so if you click on the padlock and then go into the extra information, you should be able to see, hopefully, that new expiration date that I just mentioned. The last thing you're going to want to do is go in and delete any old certificates you may have created. So if you want to go back into the main SSL manager, and we'll delete them there. To start with, we'll want to go into the private key section. You should be able to see the old certificate there and click on delete. Usually it also has the checkbox, so it'll delete the private, or not just the private key, but the certificate itself. So you hopefully delete both at the same time. If that doesn't work, sometimes you have to go into the regular key area under certificates and find your old certificate there and delete it as well. At this point, your site should be able to utilize HTTPS. You'll want to go through your page and make sure everything looks as expected. There's no missing pictures or stuff like that. The last thing you're going to want to do is the root of your web site. You should be able to use the GoDaddy's file editor and find a .htaccess file. You're going to want to edit that file in order to set it up to force HTTPS. That way, if somebody just types in your site name as www.wherever.com, it will force it over to HTTPS. I have the htaccess file for my site on my computer. If you edit it, you'll see these last two lines here. These are two that you're probably going to have to add. This first line that you see here may already be in there. Once you put them in there, you should be able to be forcing to HTTPS for all traffic. And that basically is the down and dirty version of creating a Let's Encrypt certificate using the SSLforFree site and putting it into GoDaddy. From about the 3-minute mark, that's about where you'll want to watch again if you need help with uploading your new certificates at 3 months. But otherwise, that's basically it. Have a good day, everybody.